when we had terms like the African mind, how the African things and so on from the colonial. There's one thing I can make you very clear. The criminal law of Kenya has always been abused. It has always been abused by those in power. It was abused during the colonial days. It was abused during Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's days. It was abused considerably during Mzee Moi's days. The only president that can put in a word in his favor is Mwai Kibaki. The criminal law was not abused during Mwai Kibaki's reign.
I think the statement is home, Daktari. The statement is home.
Oh, thank you very much, Your Honor. Now, Your Honor, permit me to go a little bit further. It is now being abused by the executive, by agents of the state. They have now taken over the criminal law of the country. They are abusing it. The rule of law which we thought was improving is now in ICU. And Your Honor, I'm urging you very respectfully that you can only get out of this quagmire with boldness from the judiciary. Our judges have to be bold. Our magistrates have to be bold and state very clearly that the country will not be governed the way it is being governed at the moment. Your Honor, we live in this country. Every day I'm reading the Sun, I'm reading the Nation, I'm reading the Star, and I go even further to read any other newspapers outside this country. Clearly, Your Honor, what is emerging at the moment, that unless we arrest the situation, nobody will have confidence in the country. The country could easily be classified as a banana republic. I filed a case recently, Your Honor, in court, with the usual boldness, that we should refer certain matters now to the ICC. That we should refer certain matters of disappearances to the ICC. Let the International Criminal Court come in and see what a conclusion that it can come to.
Daktari, if we can deal with Mr. Natembeya first.
Your Honor, what is the charge? Can someone give me the charge sheet, please? Your Honor, the charge sheet you are given here, one can even pass into laughter. The first count. The governor is supposed to have corruptly received the sum of shillings 1,127,900,000 shillings. You're not being told that he took away billions of shillings. 1,127,900,000 shillings. Anybody with a critical mind like of John KHAMINWA can see that this is dishonesty. It's nonsensical. That you're bringing a governor of the state to the country because of that amount of money. That's on the first page. On the second page, 2,124,668 shillings. Hey, what is that? A full governor. 2,124,668 shillings. Thirdly, Your Honor, the amount involved is 2,680,461. This is of Emmanuel Wafula Musingo. Your Honor, the criminal law is being abused. During the days of let me make one point clear. A constitution not to be meaningful, it must develop something called conventions. A constitution to be meaningful, it must develop in some cases, something called convention. You would expect that a charge against a governor of the country, the director of public prosecution, would read the entire file to satisfy himself that indeed a case has been made out before placing such a case before a criminal court. Your Honor, when did the DPT read the file to satisfy himself that a case has been made out against Natembeya? Having regard to what we have been told, he was arrested when? Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning. When did the DPP read the entire file? At least if I may say in favor of Charles Njondo, he would read the entire file to satisfy himself that indeed a case has been made out against a governor. A governor is no small man. A governor is not a messenger. A governor is a person who is ruling and governing millions of people. It is therefore not surprising that the people in his own area were mad to hear that their governor is being arrested. He's being brought into the country, taken by the police. It's quite clear the file was not read at all. Your Honor, may I draw your attention to the fact that I shall, if I'm given the opportunity, I shall be conversing in some other quarters that the courts have no jurisdiction to entertain the counts that they have have been placed before this court. There's no jurisdiction at all. And I would respectfully refer you to Article 181 and Article 182 in the Constitution. If you read Article 181 and 182, Your Honor, there is no provision that provides that a charge can be preferred against a governor. The way to deal with a governor is to use the impeachment proceedings that have been provided for in the Constitution. A governor cannot be arrested and charged the way things have been done. The director of prosecution himself, Your Honor, the DPP, has no jurisdiction to make or to prefer charges against the governor. So there is lack of jurisdiction. I'm making this point to strengthen my submission, Your Honor, that there's no case against the governor. Nothing there. Releasing. Your Honor, one final question, or one final submission again next to you. Please don't misunderstand me at all. I've often thought that in a country like Kenya, strictly speaking, you do not have to be bright. You do not have to be bright in the law at all. What is required of a lawyer, what is required of a magistrate or a judicial officer is to be strong and to be courageous. And I'm urging you very respectfully that rise to the occasion and show those who are in power, who are in executive, that your powers can be challenged, that your powers can be reduced by the courts. And it is the courts that are in control of the country and nobody else at all. If we lose the control of the courts of the country, if we lose the power that the courts have, Kenya can easily and very shortly be classified as a banana republic. No wonder that the president of Tanzania said the words that he said about our country. The country has gone down. And we need young people like yourself, Your Honor, who have got power, to see whether we can bring up and maintain the concept of rule of law in the country, the independence of the judiciary, and to make sure that, if I may use the word I may borrow the word of our president, that let the executive keep its own lane, not to get into other lanes at all. As currently, it is not doing so. Thank you, Your Honor. I've been told.
You are borrowing one from.
Yeah. Your Honor, probably I may say that when the matter I handled in some other quarters and so on.
Mahatma.
Yes, there is a book here I will be referring to impeachment in the Nigerian presidential systems. That's where we have a lot of impeachments of governors and so on. And I will be borrowing words from this book. I'm just putting my learned friends from the prosecution notice that they order for this book.
What is the
Order for it.
Your Honor, I'm taking the title is impeachment in the Nigerian presidential system. I assure the very learned senior that we have captured.
Yeah, there's a lot of literature on impeachment of governors, Your Honor. And in Nigeria, you will see even members of the executive swearing that they would rather die than have such a governor in power. Just as some people here, I'm sure, are swearing that they would rather die than see Gov.Natembeya in power.
Yes, we are done so in summary.
Yes.
Your Honor, our Father, the Father,